Maharashtra, and then what is another region that they have said? Tamil Nadu. So this region spinning is going centralized, means reason black soil, availability of black soil, then cotton growing area, raw material is available easily, so immediately spinning, that one ginning work is done, and then they'll spin it and make it into a yarn. But when it comes to weaving, remember, making a cloth, it's been decentralized in the sense we can see weaving works almost many parts of India. So have a look here from like in Uttar Pradesh. Just a minute. Okay, have a look at the map. Where do we have? In Moradabad, Agra, then Kanpur, then Mushirabad, Hooghly, and anyhow we have seen Gujarat and Maharashtra region more. Then here Chennai, then Coimbatore, Madurai. So in these places, lot of weaving work is done. And even if you see saris also, you might have heard Banarasi sari or Pochampalli saris or Gadwal Pattu saris, like this. These are all the different types of weaving material designing. It is been decentralized. Okay, whereas weaving is decentralized to provide incorporating traditional silk, designs of weaving cotton, silk, zari and embroidery in India. And India has world-class production in spinning. Have a look at this word, world-class production in spinning. Spinning in the sense only to the extent of making yarn. Do you remember different stages? Cotton to yarn, then weaving will be done, then wait a minute, I'll show you flow chart. Have a look at this flow chart given in your textbook. So what is it? First one is raw fiber. Okay, we are cotton production, we are number one. Very high quality, good quality cotton is produced. Even yarn also we are in spinning. Once spinning is done and yarn is made, then weaving comes the fabric making. So India is in the top list till this yarn making only. Reason, the good quality yarn, once cotton is been produced and then ginning is done, then finally they are making a yarn. Once the yarn is made, the high quality, the good quality yarn is been exported to other countries. Then whatever yarn is left out, it is going to the local weaving centers, and then people are weaving the cloth using that. The fabric is being made with the available fabric. And do you remember value chain? Maize, then maize, popcorn. The difference between maize is only 5 rupees, but if you go to a cinema hall and if you eat popcorn, it is something around 200 rupees, because the final product has more value than the raw material. So here India is lacking. Reason, because we are exporting yarn instead of the final product garment. That's what we are getting, very less product, very less profit also. Then why, even after knowing also, why we are not going till the garment and why we are stopping near yarn? There are lot many problems. Let's discuss them in detail now. So have a look here. Weaving supplies low quality of fabric as it cannot use much of the high quality. Reason, it's been exported to other countries. Weaving is done by hand loom, power loom and in mills. As we have seen, hand loom means with the hand, power loom using electricity, and in the mills 3 ways of weaving is done in India. Then the hand spun khadi provides large scale employment to weavers in their homes as a cottage industry. Textile industry is a special industry where we can find large scale textile in the way of large scale industry, textile in the way of small scale, and textile in the way of cottage industry also. All the 3 types we can find here. When it comes to cottage industry, we can find in rural areas where the traditional way of weaving is done. Then comes one of the important question. Why did Mahatma Gandhi lay emphasis on spinning yarn and weaving khadi? You might have seen whenever you try to recollect Gandhiji, you will find him spinning his with a spinning wheel. Yes, and even he wore the cloths which he has spun. He didn't purchase. Reason, he wanted to show symbolically to the people to be self-reliant, to not to purchase British goods. Many things he has shown symbolically using that spinning way. First thing, boycott of British goods. Second thing, self-reliant, means dependent on our own self, no need to depend on others. And third and very important point, he wanted to develop the cottage industry. He wanted to develop the rural areas. If you can remember nationalism in India, history lesson we have studied. His main concept is Swaraj for India, at the same time Swaraj in rural areas also. He wanted rural area village people to be self-reliant, and those people are mostly traditional way of weaving is in the rural area itself. Yes, so he wanted to promote the cottage industry. He wanted to make villages and villagers self-reliant. So symbolically he has shown that. Now comes the second question. Why is it important for our country to keep the mill sector loomage? Mill sector means production of clothes through mills. Okay, if you all know very well, mill in the sense vast production, mass production, production in large scale, lower than power loom and handloom. Our country should not produce more of clothes in mills, but they have to give preference to handloom and power loom. Can you tell me why? The reason is the same: cottage industry, rural area, self-reliance. In order to make the village people self-reliant, they should be given priority. Whatever clothes they are weaving, it should be available in the market and people should purchase it. Then only they'll earn money. If the products are produced in the mills, what happens? Mass production, then these people will become unemployed. Then poverty will prevail in village areas. So that's the reason. Okay. Then India exports yarn to Japan, and India exports yarn to Japan. Other importers of yarn to whom India exports is USA, Britain, France, and Middle European countries, and then here Singapore, and then Nepal, Sri Lanka, Africa, Russia. All these places, Indian yarn is famous all over the world. We have large share in the world trade. Okay, about cotton yarn. Even our spinning mills are very competitive at the global level and capable of producing, where they are very competent. But when it comes to weaving, knitting and processing unit, they are not of much high quality. Reason high quality yarn is already exported from our country to other countries. There are few large and modern factories in these segments. So this sentence clearly shows the problem India is facing. High quality yarn is exported to other countries, and our local people like manufacturers, they have to import fabric from other countries. Look at the pathetic condition. Reason why our yarn makers are exporting yarn without selling in India. Reason, the production is not fragmented, is not proper. It's been fragmented into small units, and that too low to the level of a local market. Means they'll get very less amount. They'll get more amount if they export. So our spinning industries, they are very competent in the global market, and they are exporting high quality yarn to other countries. So due to this drawback, what's happening? Our manufacturers have to import fabric from other countries. As I have given you example of maize to popcorn, the same condition here. Here suppose that yarn is sold at 85 per kg. If the same thing is made into a trouser and if it is sold, it is 800 kgs. Value is added at every stage of fiber to yarn to fabric to garment. But we are stopping near yarn itself. We are not moving towards fabric and the garment. So we are getting very less income from textile industry, whereas we can earn more. But there are other factors also which challenges, which is not allowing us to go till the extent of garment. So here comes one more question. Why is it important for us to improve our weaving sector instead of exporting yarn in large quantities? The answer is here itself. Reason, value is added at every stage. If we make the final garment, if weaving sector gets the boost up, we will get more income from the textile industry. We all know that as the product goes on, value is added at every stage. Then from fiber to the garment, if we go on, the value is increasing. we all know that even then, why are we not able to reach till the garment stage? So here are the challenges. Okay, this paragraph we can have a look at the challenges why we are not moving till the extent of garment, why we are stopping near yarn itself. So here the reason is, though we are able to increase our production in good quality and long staple cotton, but still our manufacturers are importing importing fabric for other countries. Reason, our otherwise one more question, like why our spinning mills are not giving their selling their product in India, why are they exporting it to other countries? The reasons here are, our weaving sector is decentralized, one point. Second one, power supply is erratic. Lot many problems with power supply, because machines need continuous power, only then they'll work properly. And machinery needs to be upgraded. Still many industries are following, still many weaving areas are reasons are following with traditional method of weaving. So they are not adopting the technology. New machinery need to be upgraded. Okay, processing, weaving and processing sectors machines to be updated as per the latest technological development. Along with that, low output of labor, qualified labor, quality of the labor force also need to be enhanced. And next one, stiff competition with the synthetic fiber industry. Let's have a look at synthetic fiber now. So these are the synthetic fibers like nylon, rayon, polyester, terylene. These are the artificial fibers, and very easy to make, with not a lengthy process and available at a lesser cost. Because of all these, cotton textile industry is facing very tough competition. Okay, in this session, in this class, we have discussed about cotton textile industry, its role from the pre-independent India, how it was traditional way, ancient time, and then during the colonial rule, and its position at present, and what are the challenges faced by the cotton textile industry. We have discussed it in this video. Next video we will discuss about jute textiles. If you have any message, you can message. If you have any doubts, you can message me. Thank you.